Welcome back to Crafting with Rocks. This is Aholibamah, and this is episode 25. So I've done a few things, but today is mostly going to be about a tour of our world and what's changed since we started here 25 episodes ago. So I'll start by showing you what I've done here. I extended the drop a little more and made the glass tube panes, and that made it so they don't fight to go down the thing anymore, but they do swim a little bit on the edge of it. So that swimming on the edge of it causes them to not be falling while they're swimming until a little bit lower. So I dropped this. Some of them still survive, which just gives me a little bit extra experience. So then down below, I added a storage facility, set up some filters, and the stuff goes into the appropriate chest. This one will be ingots if I get enough, but I don't have enough yet. So, and then the one on the end gets the sword and the chicken and the feathers. So that's what I've got so far. I set up two so that it can be gathering from both sides because I expect to have a lot of pigs coming through here. So that's what I've got so far, and I'll bring you back for the tour part. Here we are at the beginning of our world. So over here is where we spawned originally, and there was a town over here, so I came to explore it. And from there, I eventually dug out this slime farm and built an iron farm on top so that the slime and the golems can help each other to pass on and give me their bits. And through this canyon area, it wasn't a ravine, it was just a little dip in the land. It was most of the houses for the village. And now they're all gone. You can see the ground where they were, but I've replaced it with a smelter, and that's just the inner workings. On top, we've got some somewhat reformed land. This was a river over here that I have unfortunately had to fill in so that this over here can work, which is our squid farm. And it seems to be working just fine. So, this is our house that we built. In, I can't remember, it was episode 1 or 2, I think. It used some of the newest nether blocks that were very hard to get at the time, these basalt. And down here is our mine where we started the first few days, back before we came out and poked our head above ground. This was my original house over here. Still got a smithing table that I probably need to move up for the villagers. I didn't know that you could spawn down here. Apparently I need to light this up a little bit more. So over here was our first XP farm, and it's still got our only enchanting table. Got walls so that I can just walk in and walk back out. We have a skeleton spawner, complete with grindstone, anvils, and almost full storage. This is to smelt up the excess things that they give us so that we can have extra nuggets. And I bought some swords off of our villagers so that we can enchant those. Moving on over here, we have the mine coming up here. If we come down here, it has been converted from I can't think. I keep wanting to say strip mine, but that's not the right word. It's converted to a strip mine where we just tear out everything and then we store the materials in here until I need to use them. Some extra shulker boxes that I use for going to the nether sometimes. So need to empty those. This is some excess from our trip to the bastion and our nether portal that takes us into the nether, whereas all the other nether portals take us above the nether. Let's hurry up and use this bed really quick. Extra points if you can guess where I get that from. So, moving on from that, we had our manual farms over here. This was our melon and pumpkin farm until recently. And over here is been converted to a head gaining farm. This is our egg farm. We have an automatic sugarcane farm up here with completely lit, and this automatic unload station that stops when it's full. I only have one chest for sugarcane because I can come grab that when I need it and it'll refill itself. Here's our still manual berry farm. The area of our walled in area that has not been lit yet, which really needs to be corrected. Over here was our bee farm until we moved it up into the tower. This is our flower farm, complete with nether farm, so that it can get us fungi out of the cloud. Just run it for a minute and then come collect everything. And thankfully, we can now compost the parts that we don't need. So in here we put all the flowers. And up here we put the sprouts and the seeds. Then we take all the root or the fungi over here to be grown later. Store them there. This is our very manual tree farm for the time being. And then down here we have our, well, let's start at the beginning. Over here we have our villager breeding area. These two villagers are bred with carrots, and they see these beds, and then they want to make babies to fill the beds. So then the kids run over here to jump on the beds, and they just fall in this water stream. That water stream, well, that was unintentional. Guess I've got a path block there for a little while. That water stream comes down here. Put these in here. Where they can be picked up through this corner with a minecart and come up here to our conversion therapist. He converts them to zombies, and then I cure them and send them up here to finish curing. And once they're done, they fall through, and I can send them back, or I can send them up to be part of the rest of the population. I guess continuing back here is our sheep barn. Ow. And it has basically run out of shears, which is fine because every chest is completely full. They still try to work, but they don't work anymore because the shears are all gone. Upstairs I have some hay for decoration, and there's actually a bed up there. So some hay. Over here is a crafting bench. Down there is a bed. I brought my horses in so they wouldn't wander off. Need to make them their own stable soon. Sorry for my morning voice. I just got up and this is my time to record when nobody else is awake. So, ink farm is working. Inside the house is where we populate. Back here is our storage that's slowly getting filled up. We've got all our friends up here that are locked in place because they have our best trades. And then the ones that don't have our best trades get to wander around the house. And then we replace them. Our dogs keep getting pushed onto this carpet by all the villagers, so they stand in the way, and our cats guard the entrance to keep creepers away. So, from there, we have our tower. This is the input chest for this super smelter designed by Iskal and slightly modified by me for the fuel input. This is the input chest, and then after it's all smelted, it comes up this water stream and goes into these output chests. In our tower, we have our bamboo farm that is, again, automatic. It fills when it needs to. And it fills up this chest. It also fills up this, I can't even think, smoker that works on our kelp. And also, it automatically fills the entire super smelter. So if I were to run something through the super smelter, this would start going and fill up. And then over here is our kelp farm. The kelp slowly grows, and there's an observer that watches for it, and a piston that breaks it off, and then it floats up and falls into here. The other thing that helps it is the iron farm. Oh, we get to see it going. The iron farm has poppies that come in and they get filtered through and composted and turned into bone meal that's used on the kelp. And then also the cactus. I can't think of words. Cactus gets automatically smelted, and when that's full, it flows over into this chest. And once that's full, it flows over into the composter and also helps with the bone mealing process. So that's this bottom floor. This is our storage for the slime and the iron. And then the poppies go in here, which automatically flows through. And then any excess goes in here. Just extra things that go through. Okay, this is a little AFK spot that I used for a while. This is our elevator to get up to the next floor. Next floor has been modified slightly because I no longer need to work on the beehives, because I have plenty of filled hives extra after making these ones. So over here we use shears to collect honeycomb, and on this side we use bottles to collect honey. Over here is our new melon and pumpkin farm, again with the automatic drop-off that stops when it's full. Here's our highly manual vine farm, our semi-automatic cocoa bean farm, which is pretty quick. We'll just fill it back up really quick. And then we just drop the rest in here. And over here here is our storage for the gold farm up above. I have just completed moving things into blocks of gold. And up here is the gold farm, one of our most recent additions. Sometimes they splat a little extra far. Okay, so gold farm up above, they wash in. I still have yet to add section 3 and 4, which will slow down the rates of our slime farm. And next, we will travel to the Nether. Above the top of the Nether, we have a few things, most of which are portals. Oh, hello. Scared me. Pants. Anyone else? Okay. Okay, we'll start with this way. Over here we have the one farm that we've built above the Nether. For now. We built several, but we took several out as well because, well, we reset our Nether from time to time. This is our hoglin farm. The only thing that can spawn that high is hoglins, and they run away from the warp fungi and fall in the hole and burn on the campfires. And then we gather the pork chops and leather in the bottom. Mostly pork chops. There was some testing involved, and we had some piglins as well, but that problem has been resolved, and now it's just hoglins. So, this is a highly productive farm. I AFK here for 10 minutes, and I'm good for a week. From there, we'll head over to the witch farm. Come on. There we go. Okay. Through here, we have the witch farm that we built. I need to do some renovations on it. That'll be coming up in a future episode. I think I can increase the efficiency of it a little bit. So they spawn down there as one of the few things that can spawn from here at this distance. And then they get washed into a chamber where they flow up. And then they drop down into here. And I whack them and take their stuff. Or I let them entity cram and automatically collect their stuff. So it's AFKable, or I can use looting. Next is another somewhat recent addition, is our string farm. And over here we have 2 spider spawners. And they spawn and fall down, die on the carpet when they hit. And then we have a minecart that goes underneath and collects all their drops. And then we go down and get them from time to time. Okay, one of our largest projects is next. It's right up there with the gold farm. It is the Guardian farm. We converted an entire Guardian farm to be in the style of Is that a piglin converting? I think so. Thank you. Okay, we converted the entire guardian farm into this, what my kids like to call the guardian elephant, because of this long trunk coming out where the guardians wash out and fall down there, and then I gather them up here. It works fairly well for XP. I think I'm going to end this tour full of garbage. So that is the guardian farm. A rather quick tour of it, given how long it took to build. A lot of fence gates went into that. Okay, so then an ocean voyage away or a quick trip through the Nether is our next stop. And perhaps final. I'm trying to remember which way. I think it's this one. Yeah, this way is our end portal. Through here is the end. We have not yet set up an Enderman farm because I was afraid I was going to be resetting the end as well, but I probably won't be doing that. I've taken down this pillar again and been working on this pillar. After that, I'll move the scaffolding to another pillar and take it down probably. But for now, I don't think I'll need another one. Our second time killing the dragon made this portal, and we haven't used it yet. Sorry about that. So this is our end terrain. I will be repairing at some point as well, so that it's more level with this. Ah, and we slept in the bed at the Guardian Farm. So it's labeled with a head. So that pretty much concludes our tour for the first 25 episodes. It's pretty quick to go through when we're just doing a cursory look at it. We'll end with a nice view of our tower as it stands currently, because that will probably be one of the things that changes the most between here and our next tour. So that's our world. So thanks for coming along on this. This has been Aholibamah. This is Crafting with Rocks. I hope you are doing well and staying safe. Remember to continue doing well and rock on.